勝とん豪華滅却
So it looks like we might have to wait just a little bit more before we head into the Boruto Timeskip, and when it comes to these next couple of chapters, it seems like there is a final battle coming before we go into that long awaited timeskip. So we do have some news provided by Abdul Zoldik. Follow him on Twitter. He gives a lot of great news when it comes to the Boruto anime and manga, and he did provide a small text preview for Boruto chapter 60. So essentially it says that there is a even greater enemy coming for Boruto and the rest as they strive for justice, and this is the remnants of which of course is the Naruto Death Squad, which consists of Code, Ida, and Damon, and we know that they're going to head to the Leaf Village eventually in order to get their revenge on Ishiki Otsutsuki's death and take out Amato, since we do know that Ida, Damon, and Code, they all have their problems with the likes of Amato. So it does seem like there's going to be a final battle before we head into that time skip, and I would like to say, in my opinion, this is going to be crazy, man. After the fight with Ishiki Otsutsuki, I thought we were going to head into the time skip. I thought everything was done. I thought everything was set in place, especially with Ishiki being this powerful. I thought he was going to be the final antagonist of part 1 for the Boruto series, but it seems like Code and the Naruto Death Squad with the likes of Ida and Damon are going to pull up in the Leaf Village soon. Now I did talk about it in my previous videos, and I did say that there is a chance that they might attack before the time skip, and it does look like it could happen in these next couple of chapters. To be honest with you, I'm hoping they do set it up in the next chapter, which is Boruto chapter 60, which is dropping later this week. So I'm hoping that they do set it up very soon, because we have gotten a lot of build-up chapters post Kawaki arc, especially after Ishiki Otsutsuki's death. So I'm wondering, when will this actually happen? And it does seem like it is going to happen very soon. And we do know just how strong the likes of Code, Damon, and Ida are. They're insanely hacksy. All three of them are at around Jigen's level, if not even higher in terms of power. So they are definitely a very deadly squad, and if they do pull up, it is going to be a crazy battle. So I'm going to be talking about what are my expectations for this final battle before the time skip. And I do want to say right now, I'm hoping we get some deaths, man, because we have only gotten 2 major deaths in the Boruto manga, at least from the main cast, which was Mugino, which was back in chapter 19 or 20, and of course Kuruma's death. So I'm hoping we get to see some more deaths, because if we go into a much darker phase of Boruto, especially heading into the time skip, I want to see some bodies drop. I want to see some bodies hit the floor, especially with the likes of Code, since he is so revenge hungry on avenging Ishiki Otsutsuki's death. We know that Code is a Ishiki worshipper, and he praises him a lot, to the point where he wants to have limiters on his body so he could be around Jigen. Now that Jigen / Ishiki is dead, he wants to avenge his death. He wants to head to the Leaf and go straight to Amato to remove his limiters so he can take out the likes of Naruto, Sasuke, and Amato, since all 3 of them contributed to Ishiki Otsutsuki's death. With the likes of Ida, we know that she wants to take out Amato because Amato took out the way of her feeling true love, so she wants to get her revenge as well. With the likes of Damon, it seems like he's gonna follow around what Ida wants to do as well. So these 3 are insanely powerful, and I'm hoping that these 3 cause a lot of havoc, because I'm not gonna lie, with a lot of these villains in the Boruto manga, they have come and gone very quickly. With the likes of the Car organization, I've said it in the past and I'm gonna say it again, a lot of these villains went out very quickly. Of course they do get their shine, we do get to see their abilities, but when it comes to their characters, we don't get much of them. A majority of the Car organization did not last very long in the Boruto manga, but with the likes of Code, what the Boruto manga has done so far is actually build up his character. We know his goals, we know his motivation, we know he wants to do. He wants to follow the Otsutsuki will and get his vengeance on Ishiki Otsutsuki's death. Now that we've gotten this build up and proper depth with his character, I feel like it's time for him to do something spectacular, and that is head to the Leaf Village. Now I did say that it might happen post time skip, but now that they have the likes of Damon, who's an absolute monster who can reflect any killing intent, I think it's time for them to pull up, man. I think it's time for them to head into it, especially how V-Jump is promoting this final battle, since they have been talking about it for the past 5-6 chapters post Ishiki's death. I do think we're gonna see this big final battle before the time skip, and I do think this is necessary, because I feel like there needs to be one more major thing that needs to happen before we head into that time skip, because I think the kids simply training and heading into the time skip isn't enough, because they do know that they're gonna eventually fight Code, but they don't know how strong he is. I feel like the only person that knows just how strong Code is Kawaki, because he's been around him. He knows that he has the white karma seal, he has all these scientific ninja tech on his body. He's the only person that knows just how powerful Code truly is, and I feel like the rest of the Konoha 12, especially the kids in Boruto's generation, they don't know how strong Code is, and I feel like once he pulls up and beats the shit out of everyone, I feel like that is what's gonna push everyone to train and get a lot stronger. We do know that back in Boruto chapter 58, Kawaki and Team 7, they were having the problems when it comes to training. Team 7 wanted to train in a more basic method by mastering their chakra control, while Kawaki wants to do much more rigid methods that Jigen taught him since it got him so much stronger in such a short amount of time. And he does know just how strong Code is, so the only person that really wants to gain more power in a quicker amount of time is Kawaki himself. He wants to skip out on the basics because Kawaki said it himself. How long is it going to take to master something like that in order to fight Code? And with Code, he might pull up into the village anytime with his squad, and using these basic training methods simply won't be enough to fight him. That's why I'm hoping that we do get this final battle before the time skip, and I do think it is most likely going to happen. To be honest with you, I thought the time skip was going to happen after the Ishiki fight. I thought that would be the perfect time, but it seems like Kishimoto has different plans, and you know, I'm all for it, man, because I want to see Code drop some bodies, man. So far we haven't seen Code do anything drastic at this point. They have more so have been just building up his character, which I do appreciate. So I'm hoping he does something absolutely insane when he comes to Leaf Village, because he does have a squad. We do know that with Ida and Damon, I don't even see the top ninja in Konoha taking these two down. You know, Naruto and Sasuke, I do think they're going to be in this battle as well. They might get their shit rocked, just like how they got their shit rocked against Jigen and Ishiki. It might be in a different way, considering that Ida, she's not a person who wants to fight, so I'm assuming that when they do pull up in the village before the time skip, Ida might not be in battle. She might be back, since she doesn't actually like fighting. She only has basic taijutsu. She doesn't like blood or violence in general, so I don't see her in battle. But I do see Damon and Code together trying to get their revenge on Amato and trying to take out the legs of Naruto and Sasuke. And I do think a new Team 7 is going to be there as well. I do think they're going to try to protect Naruto and Sasuke, because we know that Naruto and Sasuke are depowered right now. They lost their main sources of power. Naruto lost Kurama, Sasuke lost his Rinnegan. And in order to fight someone like Code and Damon, who are both at around Jigen's level, if not even higher, them two alone are not going to be enough to fight this guy. And I'm going to be real here. I'm hoping that Code survives pre-time skip. I'm hoping he actually gets to the time skip, because if he doesn't, that's going to be a little bit disappointing, because they've actually built up his character well, unlike a majority of the Kara members. A lot of the other Kara members early in the Boruto manga, they had their significant battle, but after they went out, they weren't really talked about ever again. But with Code, they've actually built up his character, so I'm actually hoping that he does indeed survive and get to the time skip. We get to see his character again. I'm hoping he fucks shit up when he pulls up into the village. I'm hoping that they don't beat the guy, because if they actually do beat Code, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed, man. I want to see them take a fat L, not just Naruto and Sasuke, but Team 7, because they had some success against Boro, but they barely survived against him. If it wasn't for Boroshiki, Team 7 definitely would have died against Boro. Even though they had some success with Mitsuki creating the antibodies, Sarada using Chidori to destroy Boro's core still wasn't enough. Boro destroyed the entire team, and if it wasn't for Boroshiki, they would have died. And now they're gonna fight someone even stronger than that, even beyond that power, with Code, who has his limiters on, by the way, so he's essentially nerfed right now. They might have some success against him now, but the way he talks, he does seem confident that he can kill them right now without the limiters. It does seem like he wants to head to the Leaf Village in order to get his limiters off, and I'm hoping he is somewhat successful. I'm not saying he will kill Naruto and Sasuke, because that is still a hypothetical at this moment. We don't know if he can actually do it based off his feats, but he is a very powerful character, so I'm hoping that Kishimoto doesn't disappoint with this character, because there's a lot of potential, man. I feel like Code has been built up well, but I feel like he needs to do something spectacular when he pulls up to the village and do what he needs to do, and that means getting his revenge. Of course, we know that he wants to become an Otsutsuki god by harvesting a chakra fruit by feeding either Boruto or Kawaki to the 10 tails, but when it comes to this final battle before the time skip, I really want to see Code fuck shit up, man. I really want to see him destroy and kill some characters, man. I want to see some death, because we haven't seen that much death so far, and I'm willing to see a lot of the OG characters fight again, because we haven't really seen it in the manga. I'm really hoping we get to see a lot of the OG characters fight against Code, and I'm not expecting any of them to beat Code, but it would be a cool way for them to go out. And I'm gonna be real here, who the hell is stopping Damon too? Damon is a troll. That man is so powerful, he can reflect any killing intent back onto the user. It's pretty insane how strong the guy is, so these two alone, when they do pull up inside the village, I'm expecting the two of them to smack the shit out of everyone. I don't see anyone beating these two, and I'm expecting them two to come out on top. Now, does that mean Naruto and Sasuke are going to die, because that is one of Code's goals right now? I don't think so. I do think both of them are going to survive the time skip, because I feel like the two of them, especially with Sasuke, need to train their students with the likes of Boruto and Kawaki, and I do think that's necessary for the younger generation to grow. We do need the old gen around, but I don't mind to see some deaths in this final battle, because I definitely do think we need to make a little bit of a darker transition as we head into the time skip. And also, when this does actually happen, after Code smacks the shit out of everyone, I'm hoping this actually motivates the rest of the Konoha 12 of Boruto's generation to train harder, because I feel like the only person that really wants to train and get a lot stronger is Kawaki himself. We know that right now Amado is egging him on to get the Karma Seal again, since Amado did say that he can create an artificial Karma Seal and a Karma Seal that is purely a weapon for Kawaki. So maybe Kawaki, after this battle, after Code smacks the shit out of everyone, he gives in to Amado and asks him to give him a Karma Seal. Maybe that's how Amado becomes his villain, using Kawaki in the end. But I'm pretty excited for this final battle because I feel like this is the one thing that is necessary for us to transition into the time skip. We need that final push in order to have the younger generation realize that they need to train. Just because they're learning these basic methods, it's not going to be enough in order to fight Code and the rest of the Naruto Death Squad. So I'm hoping they realize that, yo, using these basic training methods, it's not enough. And I'm hoping that the likes of Sarada, Mitsuki, and Boruto, they realize, yo, Kawaki was right in the end. Using these rigid, hard training methods that Jigen taught Kawaki is more successful, and it will get them stronger in the long run. So let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below, because they've been definitely hinting at this final battle for the last 5-6 chapters when it comes to the V-Jump previews and the promos. So do you think it's actually gonna happen? And also, if this final battle actually does happen, what do you think is gonna happen in this final battle? Who do you think is coming out on top? Personally, for me, I'm hoping Code comes out on top with the likes of Damon, since they are so strong. I don't see anyone really stopping them, but I'm also hoping that Code doesn't die before the time skip, because that would be a little bit disappointing since he's been built up for the past 4 or 5 chapters. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Give me your predictions for the next couple of chapters in the Boruto manga, because this final battle is going to be the very thing that is going to help us transition into the time skip. And I'm excited to head into this time skip, but the fact that they are promoting this final battle so much for the past 5 to 6 chapters in the V-Jump promos tells you that, yo, this final battle is actually coming, and it's going to be crazy, man. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.